Your soul is mine. Hey. So, more Mortal Kombat. A part 3. Usually the biggest out of a trilogy. Sometimes it's not often remembered, for certain things. But, well, Mortal Kombat 3 was a hit, but people felt it was lacking. That's why they got Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Then Trilogy. So in the original live-action case, we got Conquest, which was a one-season, fairly successful, but they stopped it because it was too expensive. And I think ratings sort of dipped, and John Tobias and Ed Boon didn't like it, but some preferred it over Annihilation. Now, I said Annihilation will make a comeback, so here's a little display of the awesome accuracies of Cyrax and Smoke. Just perfect. Sure, the characteristics are off. Cyrax uses Smoke's harpoon, Smoke uses Sector's torpedo, but the look is amazing. And then Shiva, Sindel, Motaro, Jade, Shinnok. They all look quite damn good. I'm a bit out of sorts, so
if anything's forgotten, I'll make up for it.
But yeah, everyone that was missed, they're back, because everyone comes back in Mortal Kombat. Now, let's do comparison. Let's strike hot with Raiden. Of course, we got Jeffrey Meek, and this was the first time Raiden was decked out in his MK2 gear. I mean, that was awesome. He's got the hat, he's got the blue over his original attire. He doesn't wear the hat throughout, he just wears it for the intro. He's got the same characteristics as Chris Lambert's character, because it is the same Raiden, because Conquest is a prequel. But we got the MK2 Raiden. He looks great. Freaking awesome. He does the beggar look as well, which Raiden does before Liu versus Sub-Zero. He's got the old hood and that. We see that in Conquest. He's got the long white hair. And Jeffrey Meek, he's such a great actor. He's a theatrical actor, and he plays Khan as well. So yeah, we've got all 3 Raidens. We're going to have a 4th one. But here they are. And for the look, because I love MK2 Raiden, Jeff Meek is like right there. And action, because he fights, so he's right there. And the characteristics of Lambert, so they're so close, like they're right there. And James Remar, he's like, but yeah, these 2 Raidens, they're gonna make it into the final round. Sorry, Remar, you're a good actor, but you're not good as Raiden. But yeah, these 2, bam. Now, I mentioned Khan. Here's the 3. Now, Jeffrey Meek's Khan wears the mask throughout. It's not the full mask with the helmet and that. That's how he's introduced, which you can see. It's awesome. His costume's not bad. It's pretty different to what we're used to. He doesn't use the Wrath Hammer. He uses a sword. But he fights Raiden. That's mentioned in Annihilation. Raiden says, I couldn't defeat or kill Khan then. So they fight. So that fight's in Conquest. It's pretty damn good. So yeah, Jeffrey meets Khan. He's more serious. He's more intimidating. He does the laugh. He does the quotes. He's more theatrical. He's fleshed out. He's not daddy boy goofball. But I still will give the costume to Brian. And he gets perks because he does the laugh great. He does the quotes and taunts. But so much else, Jeffrey Meek gets it because he fights with the mask. He's got it constantly on. And he's a better performer. But for costume, it's Brian, and the original still gets a thumbs up because he was impressive, voiced by Frank Welker. So that's for Khan. So let's cool it down with Sub-Zero. Now, how sweet is this? So Conquest Sub-Zero, we get his reintroduction. So it's sort of like Mythologies because it's back to basics. He's in training. The costume's a bit buffy. Like it doesn't really look right. But he fights Scorpion, which is great. So we got Origins. He's there. He freezes a lot of people. He fights Scorpion. So that's really cool. So since that's a lot more as far as action, he's ahead. Costumes, definitely our 95 Sub-Zero. And then for fairly good accuracy and fight. So, yeah, costume, but the action goes to these two. Now, since we're talking Sub-Zero, let's go Scorpion. So we got the same Scorpion, both played by Chris Casamassa, or Casamas. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And then we got J.J. Perry, who is in Conquest. He plays Sub-Zero, so a lot of palette swapping, let's say. So yeah. Chris, it's an origin for him. It's not the true origin because he plays a character called Takeda. And that name is used in the games for a character. So as much as they don't like Annihilation and Conquest, they like the name Takeda because they made him a character. So this is the only time that a made-up character ends up in a game. So Takeda ends up in the newer Mortal Kombat games. And he all started in Conquest. What? So yeah, so Chris is the same. The costume's the same. It's great. Fight Sub-Zero. And then you got Annihilation, aka Iron Face Scorpion. So there's no suckers here. I mean, they're all pretty much going at you. Epic fight, cool fight, fights more. So Scorpion's owning this damn thing. Now speaking of own, let's go to Shang Tsung. So you got Kerry Haruki Tagawa and Bruce Locke. He's got the mustache. He's a little sleazy. He's arrogant. He fights Quan Chi. He hurts Vorpax, who we think is Jade. So she is a reference to Jade in a way. But yeah, Carrie's great performer. He's excellent. He's charming. He's sinister. But Bruce, he's still pretty damn cool. And he goes old in this. And he fights more. So for just the fact that Carrie's so good, he will always be Shang Tsung. But a great follow-up is Bruce Locke. Like, he is pretty cool. Like, you'd have probably like classic rock and roll. Then you'd have like the independent metal guy. So both are pretty damn good. Now let's bring on the Rain. So Annihilation Rain, he looks cool. He doesn't get to do much. Conquest Rain, he does his lightning bolt. He fights. Costume's pretty good. And he fights a guy who looks like Johnny Cage. Same costume. He looks like Lyndon Ashby. People thinking, oh, it's Johnny Cage's great ancestor. So I'll give the costume to Annihilation, but I'll give everything else to Conquest Rain. Now, let's go to Quan Chi. Now, we rarely know anything about Annihilation. We know quite a bit about Conquest Quan Chi. He looks so damn accurate. He's a cheese ball. He's got this sort of like... He's always shaking. He's like, Shang Tsung. He's really cool. He looks great, so it's definitely Conquest Quan Chi. Now it's time for the ladies. Let's do a double up with Katana and Mileena. So we got Talisa Soto. We have her stunt double Danahe, who is in Conquest. So Katana was played by a couple of different actresses, and Danahe played one of the Quan Chi's babes. So neither Katana wears blue, so it's the same costume. Conquest Katana does a lot more. She fights, she uses her fans more. Annihilation Mileena has a sweet fight with Sonya. Conquest Mileena, we see her face more, so... And there's a little bit more of her, so... You can draw these versions because they're so close and they do well as they can and fair. Like, it's pretty damn cool, pretty cool. Now, so Conquest, it's fun. There's lots of fights. There's a bit of sensuality. Like, because it was up late at night on TV. Like, the DVDs were released in Australia like a few years after. Pretty cool to own. But yeah, it was on after WCW Nitro, and we had Wrath and Meng. So they were in it as two random fighters. Of course, Wrath was influenced by Shao Kahn and why they didn't have Canyon in there. But yeah, that was sort of like, hey, we've got our show after you. Hey, let's bring in your guys. So yeah. Like, it's a good, fun show. Like, it makes up for the mishaps of Annihilation. Like, you get some really great fights. And, well, I mean, look at Kung Lao. He's wearing the costume from MK3 in Trilogy. He's so damn accurate. Just so damn accurate. Like, he wears his hat for an introduction. He takes it off like he's about to throw it. And then that's it. He only wears this costume in his fight against Shang Tsung. And then that's it. Why they skip out on their signatures and trademarks? Like, if they had him throw his hat and Shang Tsung moved about, would have been so cool. But, yeah. Now, I'm going to bring in Reptile for this look. Now, because he's in Conquest, and here he is from 1995. Here he is from Conquest. He does more in Conquest. Like, of course, he's got the great fight
in the 1995 original.
This costume's just a bit better than this one, but this one's still pretty cool. You know, he speaks. Of course, he's got the lizard form. He does his acid breath. Well, acid spit in 95. So 95 Reptile just gets it over Conquest reptile. And yeah, so I'm feeling a bit of a noob. So here's Noob Cybot. Looks alright. Little bit of a fight. This noob, more fighting, but his costume's a bit odd. He has his oil stuff. He doesn't do his oil clone, but he's got all the oily ooze. And yeah, so he does more, but costume for this noob, other details for this one. So yeah, I did mention Annihilation will get referenced because they use footage from that film and the 95. So I'm going to slash it out with Baraka. Many people rip on this costume, but he looks like Baraka. Like the costume's quite close to where he won the game. The mask looks alright. Yes, you can see the performer's mouth underneath, but what's to say Tarkans don't have two mouths? You know, they got the exterior and interior, but he looks cool. He's got proper blades. They're not the weird bone stuff that you see in the trailer to MK2. You know, and the mask is a bit better than the CG overlay. Like, they did use practical in the MK2 one, but they did additional CG. But yeah, this Baraka, as short as his appearance is, his costume and look is quite accurate. He's quite cool. He does a little bit of chop chop. He should have had more of a fight, or they just should have left him and maybe brought him in to Conquest, even though it won't be his time, but their time is a bit all over the place, just like the franchise is a bit all over the place. But yeah, Baraka's here. Likes to slash and gash. And I'll scare you later.